Um, Good day, everybody. Good day to all. Good day, my people. Welcome to Miro African Television. Thank you for tuning in. If you are here for the first time, I would like to advise you to please check for the button to subscribe to Miro African Television, and also to click that little bell sign that you are seeing there, so that whenever I come live, you will get notified that I am live, so that if you are free, you will be able to jump in. And another thing that I would like to advise to our people is that Miro African Television is now on Patreon. On Patreon, you have to go there to give us support, to give me support of what I'm doing. And now that I'm trying to carve out rich content that are very lucrative, with solid information, not manipulation and lies, I will be showing only the highlight of those programs on YouTube, while if you want to watch the full episode of those programs, you have to move over to Patreon. On this page where you are watching now, if you go to the page right up, you will see, after reading about the topic of today and all the blah 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 concerning the thing, at the downside you will see support me on Patreon. Just click on that link, or you copy the link, or you go to the website and type Miro African TV, all of them together. Then you will be able to view richer content, well-organized content, more than the ones on YouTube. Because now I'll be inviting a lot of lawyers will be now getting involved because of this topic that I'm using this time around, pertaining the colonization of Africa and the division of Africa. Because on this issue, the message got to be on how to, because we want people, we want Africans, it's not only Nigerians, we want all black race, all black Africans, because of the thing that happened during the time of German ruling the world, how Africa was divided. So those things, we have a lot of things to talk about it, we have things to work towards it. Lawyers are getting involved and other individuals, and those videos will no longer appear on YouTube. You can only see the highlight of that video on YouTube, and if you would like to watch the full episode, you have to move over to Patreon to support what we are doing and follow the full episode and information on what we are doing at hand. So I have with me my brother Sunday, please welcome to today's show.
Yeah, thank you. Good afternoon, the viewers.
Okay, viewers, welcome again. Let me welcome you again to Miro African Television. And there are some issues that Sunday would like to clarify, and questions that are going on in terms of manipulation and lies. So, Sunday, what is your today's question? Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. My first question for today is I would like to start away from home. In South Africa, the issue between the government and the white farmers, owners, I don't know, what do you make of it?
One thing, my brother, thank you very much for that question. One thing that I would like to chip in that aspect is this. Africans have to realize something. Whenever a white man starts changing your name is Okechukwu, and he do pronounce it Okechukwu, or your name is Peter, or your name is John, and the white man start putting that name as Johnson, claiming that he's making mistakes, calling you Okachukwu, no longer Okechukwu. You have to be afraid, because Whenever they start changing your name, you are now at their target to finish you up. All of us knows the issue of South Africa very, very well. That in South Africa is the only place in Africa where Europeans are claiming to be Africans, you know, and those land that this government is now trying to share or give back to the people, the descendants of the owners of those properties. Now the news that are the Western world news and these mainstream medias are portraying on net today, all of us knows that that government is not killing anybody. Is it not true? He's not killing anybody. They are only taking away the land. If you don't want to sell it, if you don't want the compensation they want to give you, they will still take over the land. Did you get me? It's like the line is hanging, but I will keep on. So, are you back? Sunday, are you back?
Yeah, you can continue.
Okay. So the information they are giving out today is the South African government is now stealing the property of the white people in South Africa, and they are killing the white farmers and all sorts of stories, you know. Those things, and it's not good. Those things are not, it's not good at all, you know. The South African government noticed that the white farmers in South Africa, they are not producing food. They are not cultivating to produce food that will feed the people. Rather, they are planting tobacco the way they did in Zimbabwe. You know, one thing is this: African countries or African continent, as we may call it, we keep on claiming that Africans are independent, and a lot of people are claiming that Africa has already gotten their independence. But I am putting question mark on that independence, because this thing should be part of the program that the part of the program that I'm about to do on Patreon, narrating more on the issue of African independence. The white people that came into Africa to do business with African people, likewise the Indian people and other part of the world, gradually the white people took over the properties of Africa. They seized everything by force. They took over every damn thing going on in that continent. To the extent that one didn't even.
Are you talking of in South? Because according to what because I've been following what is playing in South Africa, according to what is being played in their parliament, they according to some white people in the parliament, they say that when they came to South Africa, that the land they are occupying today, there was nobody occupying the land.
And you believe that? The same way they came to Nigeria and tell you that Lord Lugard is the founder of River Niger. Lord Lugard that find River Niger. The people, the villagers drinking from that river before white man came. Are they fool? Are they animals? Are they donkeys? Are they not the owners of those rivers? But white man will tell you, we are the founders of that river. It then means they are your God. After founding that river, they created you and placed you in that position for you to be living in that area. They are gods. If a white man will tell you that he going to South Africa, the land they possess, the white people that wiped out the Red Indians in US, the indigenous people, they claim they want to help them. They gave them blanket that they soaked inside bacteria, inside chemical that kills. and dash it out to the Red Indians, all of them were wiped out under one day. That same people will come back to tell you that the land they are possessing in Africa, that continent, the continent that has nothing good in it, only South Africa that has something good because white people are living there, will come back to tell you that those territory belongs to them. You as a human, they say that civilization started from Africa. Is it not so?
Yeah.
That means you have every right to claim any part of the portion you love so much in that territory where you are living. Now, can you do that?
It's not possible.
Oh, not possible. Are you not a human? Can't you tell the white people that your great-grandfathers that lived there before the white man came and possessed that area made you to understand that the time your grandfather came, nobody was there? Would they buy those stories and news from you? If you dare mess up, you will die in prison. They will charge you of breaking and entry. They will charge you with a lot of things. In short, go back and watch the film of this American horse riders. What they call them again? These people that carry pistol and use horse and the way they behave.
No?
You know, is the same thing that they are doing, telling you that they came to South Africa. And if you keep on digging deep, you will notice that they nearly wiped out the entire people, the indigenous people living in that country. Look at what happened to Australia. The same thing that happened in US, half of it happened in Australia, where the people are shooting the indigenous people of Australia because they are blacks. My brother, the minorities on planet Earth is the white people. The minorities on planet Earth is white people. The majority you are seeing today is man-made manipulation. From US to Africa, black people occupy the largest land on planet. From South America, Australia, even in China, up to Japan, they have black people there that were subdued because of their color. Why did they subdue them? Because the black people are always welcoming anything that come across, because we believe that a stranger that is crossing by you need to give him food and water so that he have strength to continue. But they drink, eat, and have strength to conquer and demolish our people.
But another thing I want to ask, Julius Malema, the EFCC, I think is EFCC presidential candidate in South Africa, is the one that has been clamoring for taking land from the white farmers and giving it back to the owners of the land. Now, many international communities consider this young man as a racist. They say he's racist and he's trying to create problem in South Africa. What do you think about Julius Malema, in terms of the way he talk and respond, the way he handle the land issue? What do you make of it?
The time that Trump was campaigning for United States presidency, Trump was campaigning as a nationalist.
Yeah.
Are you there?
Yeah.
Trump was campaigning as a nationalist, telling the entire planet America first. No matter whatever that is happening on planet, even though your economy is crippling, your people are dying, he prefer to put American agenda, American interest first. Nobody nailed him. They voted him in to protect the interests of America. Is it not so?
Yeah, it's true.
Why would they go against this guy, the nationalist in South Africa? Since day one, even though Nelson Mandela, they have been telling America, United Kingdom, to release their secret file about Mandela, they refused. Do you know why?
No.
They placed Mandela as a terrorist. Where Osama bin Laden it is today. Osama bin Laden, Nelson Mandela, Odumegwu Ojukwu, Nnamdi Kanu, all these nationalists that are not white people are all terrorists. All are terrorists. Today, they are portraying the image of Mandela as peacemaker, as this one. They are the one that has the power and media to paint you black. The same people has the power and the media to paint you whatever they want to paint you. Malema should get every support from African leaders because, you know, the problem that South Africa is facing today, I will call it self-made, because the time they were trying to give them that independent, IBB, Nigerian, because most of them went to school in Nigeria. Nigeria advised them, do away with white people. Use shovel, remove them, or else you will cry tomorrow and your children will suffer. Mandela said no. They will live in peace. Why are they complaining today? But that is a different issue. That will be an issue of another day. But today now, I am here to support South Africa, asking the African people, it is time to stand up, to claim what belongs to us, and start portraying, using our media to sell our story. We are being conquered. We are being enslaved. The largest crime of human history, the largest crime, the number one crime on planet Earth is slavery. They use our children to catch crocodiles. They hang our people when they want to use them as sex slaves. They refused. They shoot your head if they give you that their white man name and you tell them your name is Kunta Kunte. They blow off your brain. They molest our people. They tie them on their horses and draw them on the floor. They humiliated our people to the largest level, and today they stand firm in Africa to claim a land, and people are still watching. Oh, God forbid. God forbid. Holland built entire city to welcome the white people back to their country before Mandela said no, and they remain. That place, ask anybody living in Holland, he will tell you the name of that city. They developed a large city to welcome their people back. You know, so calling African names, doing this or that, that's why I will not go too deep on the issues that I would like to discuss on another programs. But we Africans have to, we are the ones, like Israel. Today, the entire world are sympathetic to Israel because of what happened during the Second World War. Why? Because Israel keeps on selling their story, telling the people the way their fathers suffered in the hands of the Nazis, how they were traumatized, how the things they went through, and they forced the world to discuss it. But since slave trade have vanished, have Africa, any news platform in Africa comes out to narrate the story of African people, what we passed through, what that time that the white people set out to remember the slave trade, every African man will line up to that. They don't want to set up their own remembrance, their own story, how they want it to be. They don't want to do that. Because everybody's afraid to die. Everybody's afraid that the money they kept in foreign land will be seized. That is the problem we are facing as a people in Africa. And we must do something about it. We must do something about it. South African government, they are not killing their farmers. They are not touching nobody. They didn't wound nobody. As Russia today, Russia is opening their doors for the farmers to come in and farm in South Africa. But I don't believe that Russia will also allow the South African white farmers to take over the land and claim that when they came into that particular area, nobody was living there. Yes, Russian government gave it to them. They developed it. As from today, it belongs to them. It will never happen. But why must all those things keep on happening in Africa? That come this side. Africa have never ever experienced what they call independence. If you are using Twitter, if you have a Twitter account, go to your Twitter account and type, is Africa an independent nation? Tweet it. Just a question. Is African continent an independent nation or independent continent of its own, that it has the right to think for himself, do things for himself, just think for his people, develop his area? Just write it on your Twitter account and send it out. Let's wait and hear the response. Africa can never be independent as far as our leaders or the AU, United or the Organization of African Unity, or whatever they call themselves, they have to come together as one body. Go to United Nations, demand a resolution, or they write a resolution and push it under the United Nations for sorry, it's like our brother, the line cut. Let me pick his call. They have to go to United Nations and file in a resolution. And this resolution got to be this way. As the Western world came together, in Berlin, sit down together, fight each other as parliament, the only continent that Europe sat down together to share with knife is Africa. They baked Africa as cake. Who is wedding? Whose wedding is that, and whose birthday are they celebrating? They now share Africa among themselves. As the Western world shared Africa among themselves, today they came back telling African people that we have given you independence. But whenever a problem pops up in Mali, you will see France will jump in, use their jet fighter, bombarded whatever they like. Mali is part of ECOWAS. And in ECOWAS we have what we call ECOMOG. That's the military that guide the Nigerian, Ghana, and other ECOWAS countries. They are military that give security in West African nations. The military that gave peace to Sierra Leone and Liberia. They were capable. What happened to those military? They will tell you that the president of Mali did not request the ECOWAS military to safeguard their territory, that they are losing control of their country. The president will leave ECOWAS military. They will leave the African people. They will go to France and United Nations, demanding for France to come and give them protection, that they are under siege. Imagine. To tell you that the president ruling that nation, so-called independent nation, was planted by France and being managed by France. Because West Africa is the only continent in Africa, or the only part of Africa, that keeps on emulating the ideas of the Westerners, copying their footsteps. We have army, strong army. Leave the issues in Boko Haram. Boko Haram is a politics affair. Boko Haram is politics. Saudi Arabia, Nigeria are playing their politics in that area. And the Nigerian militaries and generals are using Boko Haram now the way Pakistan used Bin Laden to generate fund. That is politics. We should accept that one. Nigeria has capable military. Ghana has capable military that can handle the affairs in Mali. They will put peace in Mali if they want to put peace, they will put peace in Mali within 48 hours. I'm telling you this one. If United Nations give them free hand to operate, they will give Mali 48 hours and the Mali government will be functioning like new brown one. No, the Mali government did not go to ECOWAS meeting to request for security. They jump Africa, entire Africa. They have AU military too. They did not go to ECOWAS, they did not get to AU. They moved to France and demanded for France to come and give them security in their land. And France came in, German came in, Americans were there. Are they going to go to there tomorrow? No. Will they wipe out the terrorists so that they will close their matter tomorrow? No. They will be there managing the terrorists so that they will remain in that part of the country. That is the order of the day. That is the game. But if at all Mali want to be independent, or if at all Africa is an independent nation, they will go to that structure they created. Even though they are not perfect, but they can be able to handle their affairs. They will go to that area, file in that our country, since the fall of Gaddafi, a lot of things is happening, we need security. And they will also go to AU and file it, and those military will come in and wipe. I use the word wipe out those terrorists with immediate effect. But those white people now there, oh my God, Mali.
But yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt. You know, I have network problem. I'm sorry to interrupt you. You know, since all what you said now, I heard that you make a very strong point. But my question is, in what is playing in Africa today, you said some are being the country.
I didn't hear that. I didn't hear your line was shaking. Can you repeat that question?
When you are talking, you say some leaders in Africa are planted for
yes,
benefit of other nation affairs. But my question is this: what can Africa do, to be able to have total?
If your line was shaking, but if I understand you very well, you are asking what will Africa do to regain their full independence, right?
Yeah, in terms of economically and security.
Full. If you said full independent, that means everything is included.
Yeah.
African government or the entire African Union, I just said it before, they have to sit down together. Look left, right, corner and everything. Leave self-interest. Only focus on the interests of their continent. Now, get everybody involved from state to local governments of the entire African nation. Gather the entire signatory of every African citizen, both home and abroad. It's not an easy something. It's not something that will start today and end today. Gather the signatory of every African. Let me finish, please. Let me finish so that I won't forget. And draft a very strong resolution. Take it to United Nations Council, Security Council, not United Nations General Assembly. That one in my mind. Security Council. Lobby for the Western world. Either they withdraw from Congo Conference or they come public and denounce the ownership of Africa that was shared in Berlin Conference and apologize to the African continent that they are not cake, they are not food that are made to be shared among human beings. They will come out clean. denouncing and bringing out that accord they signed on that day, that declaration that they signed and shared Africa among themselves, will be brought out and declared null and void. And they will sign another agreement with Africa that they will never, ever, ever claim any part of Africa as their personal property. Do you know what I'm saying? Will involve those military people, those formal government workers of the British, that their children are still receiving salary from Nigeria. Do you know that they are still receiving salary from Nigeria? Nigeria is still paying the post-colonial workers till tomorrow.
Yeah, but when you were talking, there is one thing, that I find out in yours, when you are narrating your point, I want to ask you this very simple question. Today, in the continent of Africa as a whole, can you tell me any leader you think that is moving in the right direction in terms of all this? Because, for example, in South Africa, Julius Malema is clamoring for what you are talking now, is one of his agenda, but he's not in power.
You don't need to be in power to bring changes to your nation or to the continent.
But the people of Africa, now let me go away from the leaders now. Is the people really ready to have the best things, to be able to enjoy the resources that they have in their continent? The people, now I'm talking about the people of Africa,
the citizens of Africa,
not the leaders. They are the citizens now. Because what you are saying now is very important thing for them. But are they ready? Because this is where the problem lies. You know the issue of Gaddafi. So are the people ready?
Let me just answer the ones you just asked now before you add more. The people will be ready because a lot of people doesn't know this thing that I'm telling you now. A lot of people doesn't know that such a thing is still intact. And if we start talking about it, elaborating about these things, telling our people about this thing, enlightening our people, teaching them, then you will see that forces will start rising from South Africa, Zimbabwe, Angola, every other part of Africa. They will be forming a coalition, coming together, discussing about the Berlin Conference that nobody dared to discuss before. Outside their government, though. Because when the people from all the countries of Africa have representatives, both lawyers, doctors, engineers, learned men, coming together, not me, will be my mind, but God is giving me the knowledge to bring out the message for the first time. But if I will be able to wake up their spirit and they start emerging, or we call it Mirror African Conference, or any name, they start operating on that platform, or they do it whatever they like, and they come together discussing on how to force the Western world to denounce Berlin Conference. It's not going to be an easy task, but when the people, did they need the presence of the Western world? They need which people signed which people signed the date before. Now you go remove. Are you the one that will go and delete what they signed? It is no, you will bring them. You will bring them to make move. You will push them.
My question is, if they move in the positive way, won't it change the narrative of things?
How do you mean by narrative of things?
For example, according to the affairs that they hold in Berlin about how Africa was divided. If today, because if I could recall, Gaddafi was killed because of this process too,
No,
because
no.
he's trying.
Bakassi, Gaddafi, these leaders didn't talk about these things. They overlooked these things. Gaddafi affairs is, look, we know very well that American economy lies on petrol. You understand? Gaddafi has his own agenda. And his agenda is African unity with African currency that they will use to sell any of their resources. It then means you are using scissors to cut out American vein. Their vein that the African blood is running inside. That is the black blood. And the world know it very well that if you are going against petrodollar, you have signed your death warrant. You understand?
Yeah.
But there are ways that Western world operate. Let me give you an example. You are pushing me to add something else. You can recall now that France and Germany are calling for European army.
Yeah.
Good. While upon they have NATO, there is NATO. Why are they calling about European army? They don't want America to bring war back to Europe with Russia. But as well-experienced people, all of them are lawyers. All these leaders ruling the Western world are lawyers. All of them are lawyers. Sons, I'm telling you before God, doctors in law. You don't go after America directly. You attack America indirectly, that they will not have any reason to squeeze you. You understand?
Yeah.
They noticed that NATO is now no longer defensive, is now going offensive, and the only person controlling NATO is US, without asking them their own mind, without taking them into consideration. They are going after Russia, carrying them along upon this self-centered American decision. They didn't do any referendum if they want to attack Russia, but America is doing the thing. Europe doesn't want it, and you cannot stand on the way of US. Don't go there. No, they now start calling for European army. Gaddafi died because he lacked this knowledge. Telling Africa in AU meeting, let us form our country, create our money with gold, that the world will buy our resources with gold. Directly, you are shooting that gun to US. And they shoot you first. Because the best defense is to attack. So, on these affairs that I'm talking now, I am not telling them that we will not do business. But what I'm saying is, we are human beings. We are continent like Europe. You don't sit down and share our country like cake. Share our continent within yourselves. It's not done. It's inhuman. It's unacceptable. It's against human rights. If you are portraying that you have European values shouldn't be included into this division of Africa. Liberia is the property of United States. English-speaking part of West Africa, another side, are part of England. French-speaking side belong to France. Angola belong to their brother. All of them. Sorry, please. So, a lot of Western world shared Africa. So those things is something that we should be selling to our people, enlightening them, telling them the need for us to denounce it, for us to tweet, for us to buy ad, for us to do a lot of things, for us to come together as one African nation to tell this Western world, time has come for you to come out and denounce the division of Africa among yourselves. And if they denounce it, let me tell you another thing, Sunday. You know, I am reserving a lot of things that I will do on my private Patreon videos. You understand?
Yeah.
If they denounce it, that means Nigeria can easily float their business with other part of Africa. And African country will be floating around. This boundary you are seeing is being maintained by the colonial masters till today, till now that I'm still talking to you. Those boundaries that are still standing is that colonial masters that claim they gave you independence still dictate the borders. Do you know that one?
Yeah, it's sure.
Not is sure. Do you know that one? You don't know that they dictate the borders.
Yeah, I know.
So that is something that we have to do for ourselves. We have to invite people. We have to let people to come together. Even though on Mirror African TV here on YouTube, we have now community. There is community where we'll be able to share something and do whatever. And we should be using every tools. We don't need to go to CNN, BBC. Do you know that it's not easy to have a channel in YouTube and maintain it? It's not an easy affair. It's not an easy something. So we having Mirror African TV that represents entire Africa, and we should be talking about the African affairs. The South African government taking back the land is something that need to be done, and they have been fighting for this since Mandela time to take back that land and give it back to the people.
I would like to interrupt you.
Yo,
you are talking about African unity, African dignity being restored back. Because if I understand clearly, that is what you are after, so that Africa can be totally in charge of their affairs. My question now is this: why is it that, for example, in South Africa today, there is a discrimination going on between the South Africans and the Nigerians? Now, that is for South Africa. In other African countries like Kenya, Ghana, Sierra Leone, or Liberia, all these African countries, there is discrimination going on there too, among other African countries, like Nigeria, Ghanaians, the same thing. Now you are talking of the unity of Africa, whereby Africa become in charge, where Africa are in charge of their affairs. How can a nation, a continent that fight one another unite? How?
Let me jump in there. Let me use German as an example. The German history that I read during school time made me to understand that after Second World War, Europe didn't want America to stay, to occupy their territories. You understand?
Yeah.
And America want to occupy, to remain in Europe, to dictate for them. Now they are weak. But Europe, they were resisting heavily. And the Germans said that the Americans, CIA, the secret agents, started sponsoring this neo-Nazi. You don't hear about neo-Nazi people.
Yeah.
This neo-Nazi is American object. I'm telling you before God and man. The people managing the affairs of neo-Nazis are the CIA, MI6, MI5. That they organize these groups. They even arm them, give them weapons to fight their central government. They manipulated their mind. They throw lies just to put division inside Germany, inside Italy, inside other countries that America occupies. And those people are still operating till today. If you can listen to the speech of the American ambassador to Germany, he said his agenda in Germany is to promote the neo-Nazi people, the left people, for them to expand in Europe. They have telling you the truth. They have given you the agenda. If they can be able to manipulate the Europeans, well-learned people, to divide them, What about Africa? White people are still afraid that when Africans come together, they will be Titan. Do you know what they call Titan? Titan is the strongest iron on planet. Africa will become Titan if their unity, if they dare unite, come back to their normal heritage. And they have too much resources, more than Russia that the Western world are afraid of because of resources. And Africa has excess population. 1, you are united. 2, excess resources. 3, population. 4, you will be richer than any other planet, any other continent on planet. It means they are afraid that you will come back and recolonize them. And paying somebody back to what they pay you, it got to be times whatever. That is where their brain keeps on going. And they never sleep to keep on dividing Africans by... Look what happened within... this our brother, his network is disturbing too much. But... I will continue. So, look at what is happening in I have forgotten. In Russia. Russia has too much economy. Russians are now coming together to back their government, and the West are feeling threatened. What do they want? They want to destroy Russia. They want to disintegrate Russia. They are still doing the same thing in Africa, to make sure that Africa never come together. During the time that Russia want to do business with Turkey, they want to use their route to transport gas. They call it Turkish Stream. The Russian ambassador was assassinated in Turkey. Russian jet fighter was shot down over Syria. This thing is act of sabotage. And the President Putin understand it because it's the game they normally play during the time he still operates in KGB. Now you notice the reason why somebody like KGB officer to rule a nation, because anything act of sabotage, divide and rule, they understand it, they know how it works. They are the one portraying and selling it out. You know, so you cannot sabotage these people. Africa, the people ruling us are business people, local people. We have lawyers. We have learned lawyers, sons. Whenever the sons and the lawyers start taking over the African presidency, you will see that the system of things will start changing. Killing of Igbos or Nigerians in Ghana, in South Africa, in other parts of the world, I believe Nigeria is the largest threat in Africa. Western world doesn't like the way Nigeria operates because Nigeria controls most of the African nation they want to control. Today, most of our people doesn't know America is circling Nigeria with military. America is building bases within Nigerian borders from Mali to Niger, even going around Nigeria, round to second Nigeria. They are now in Cameroon. Going because Nigeria doesn't want to give them land to operate. They are now seeing Nigeria as, upon that our leaders goes there and do everything, but the military of Nigeria blocked those things for it not to. Americans are there training Nigerian militaries in Nigeria, but Nigeria said that they will not build base in Nigeria. But they want to put fear inside Nigeria so that they will be able to penetrate Nigeria. Are you there?
Yeah.
So that is why you should not count on the killings of our people. If we come together, let the killings continue. If we start this thing that I'm telling you, if Africa start coming together to work together on this Berlin conference, you will see more killings. You will see more sabotage. You will see more division. They will try to bring something that will kill the mind of the people. Divide the mind of these people coming together to fight for the liberation of Africa. We know that that is how the Western world operates. And the area we know it is more better for us so that we'll be able to remain focused.
Yeah, you make a very nice point there. But my last question is this. Since the last, since the death of Kwame Nkrumah, so many great freedom fighters, even Lumumba, so many of them, till today in Africa, it's like Africa as a continent is a dull country, a dull continent, a boring continent that there is no more freedom of, freedom fighters, voices like during the time of Kwame Nkrumah and so many great leaders who fought for the independence of Africa, Now in our continent of Africa is dull, For you, what can Africa do to elect the good ones, the people that can project this agenda to make it reality?
Our people normally, we have a proverb that says that you don't put your 10 fingers inside one mouth. We have to go step by step as we are living in diaspora. I used to call myself a graduate. I'm not a graduate by certificate, but I do call myself a graduate. Do you know why? Because in Western world, it's like university. If you focus, if you understand this, the system, you will be learning every day, getting wiser every blessed day. Every day you must add something inside your wallet of knowledge. If you're interested, you can recall things that I do inform you before. When you were speaking out, I'll even tell you that time will come when they will start giving you books.
Yeah.
They call it mind control. They will not force it on you. They will just drop it as if it's nothing. That is soft power. Using soft power on you. Whenever you start giving out the good message, they are the owner of the network, they are the owner of YouTube, they are the owner of Facebook. They want you to, if they want to silence you, they will silence you. That's why I keep on telling my people, let us create our own social media. It's not easy, but we can do it. Even God gave me a revelation how we can create our own social media that is not in existence already. And that one got to be a different topic because they are copying, stealing from our knowledge. I will not give it out here, but I will give it out on that page on Patreon. Go there, like me, support what I'm doing, because I have to spend money to make calls, to reach out lawyers. I have to spend a lot of things to meet people, to tell people, let us come together. Nothing is easy, but it's something that we must surely do. If you go to Patreon and give me 1 cent, 0.01 cent, it's something. If you go to Patreon, support me with anything you like, it's something. Nothing is too big, nothing is too small. But gradually, if you are a lawyer listening in, you can contact. You can write to me. You can ask me how can you get involved. You can even lead the project. And this project is the thing that will bring your name, your identity in the highest level. You will be popular. I will be on the ground on the other side. They look, now with the big certificate, now go there front. They sell the news. They tell the world the need for Europe to denounce the division of Africa. It's my knowledge. Yes. But it doesn't mean that Ojukwu declared Biafra. Is Ojukwu the one fighting for Biafra today? Or Wazirike has involved himself? Nnamdi Kanu is there, and a lot of people, even I. You see, when one finger touches oil, it will affect others. Now I'm bringing out this idea. Let's go for it. Let us form a quorum to promote that Africa or the Western world should come out publicly, sit down with us, denounce that Berlin Conference, cancel that accord, cancel that conference, and plead for forgiveness that division of a human being like a cake is inhuman. We all are Westerners. We all are Europeans today. And we know that those things are, it's not normal. I can't come now and share my family here, that this one, you belong to this one, and this person could carry you the other one. It doesn't happen that way. Everybody has the right, independent decision. And such a thing should be applicable to African people. So, my people, I would like to show you the new page, so that if you go there, you will be able to find me. Let me show you, so that you will go to that place and support what I'm doing. You know. Here it is. If you go there, you will see Mirror Africa. Time to come. Most of my videos got to be on this place. YouTube will only see the highlight, and you people will go here and support what I'm doing. So that's all I have for you, my people. Thank you for joining Mirror African Television. If you have not yet subscribed, please go and subscribe to Mirror African Television. Many people are writing a lot of things, calling me racist, calling me names. Most of them will tell me that I'm not educated. I have to drop what I'm doing, go back to school, and learn how to speak English. I'm an African living in Germany for years. English, before my English starts sounding this way, I fight for it. I speak German very well. But we keep on promoting the property of the white people. I am proud to speak large English. I'm powerful in English. I'm well educated. Certificate of 1 million things, and you are good for nothing. You are not useful to your community, nor to your continent, even though to your family. But you will come to this page that somebody is harvesting his memory to educate and enlighten people. And you will be invoking your angers on him, because what I'm saying did not suit you. It will not suit you, because the constitution ruling the country where you are living, not everything in that constitution suits you. But you are still going ahead. You have never come out to fight the government that they are very stupid. Why don't they go to school and learn how to write constitution that will suit you? Africa. Which day will somebody come on air and insult me that you are the most foolish man I have ever seen on YouTube because you doesn't speak African language? We keep on using the same people as I'm talking about, of we pressing the Western world to denounce the division of Africa. But I'm narrating the story with the Western world language. And you will stand firm to tell me that you are well educated. Look at my fingers. All of them are not equal. Some are big, some are small, some are thin, some are big. So with the word be, I will never be perfect. I can't be a perfect human being. I am a human, but I'm not perfect. And my English will never be perfect, because I am not from England nor Wales or Scotland or whatever. I'm a damn fucking Nkumado man. One fish living in Germany. And I will speak my English with dialect, so that you will be able to figure out where this guy is coming from. You fighting for it is none of my business. You writing whatever you like is none of my business. But I am happy that you did not run away from this channel. You stand there and you keep on coming up whenever my program shows. Another thing, let me address the Yoruba people that are writing their own because of the histories of Yorubas. How can an Igbo man write a history of Yoruba people? But a white man put that history for you. You embraced it. You will go to war to fight your brothers in Togo, not knowing that they are your brothers, and you doesn't care because you are confident, you are comfortable where you are living. If the Togolese people become more comfortable than you, you will now start telling them that you are part of them. We know how Africa does. There are some Yorubas that are angry about the Igbos talking sorts of rubbish. That's why I made that video. Not that I hate the Yorubas, but I know that the problem in Nigeria is being caused by the Yorubas. And I know that the suffering that the Biafrans are suffering today is being caused by the Yorubas. I have to tell you the simple truth. After the war, even Yorubas followed and caused the Biafran war. Because the agreement they have with Awolowo that pushed Ojukwu to declare and keep on waiting for Awolowo to declare, he didn't do it. It's also act of betrayal. And after the war, the Hausas that Igbos are seen as their enemies returned everything they seized from Igbo people. They handed those things back to our people. The only people that refuse to give it back, that seize even more, are the Yorubas, that even tell Nigeria to seize the wealth of Igbos in their banks. The Yorubas and the River State people are the ones that seize our property till today without any sorrow. Yorubas are the ones that seize the money of the Igbos in the bank. But they keep on coming to you as your friend, as somebody that love you. They never love the people of Igbo people. Hausa man love Igbo people more than Yorubas does. That is facts, reality. Tribalism, hatred. Yorubas are busy hating the Igbos. Hausas are busy collecting the territories of the Yorubas. Today, Seaport in Lagos belongs to the Northerners. You can't do anything about it again. It's gone and gone forever. The next step, you keep on fighting the Igbos, Hausa man will rule Lagos State. Then your mouth will shut up with Igbos leave Lagos. Because you focus and you forget that your back is rotting. And God will put you on that position. You will keep on focusing on the Igbo people while you keep on losing territory. Igbo territory is still intact. Upon that they divide us, but we are still intact. We know ourselves. The Yorubas will keep on losing their property gradually. Hausas will come in. And I'm happy that they are using the Muslims of the Yorubas to conquer the Yorubas themselves. So that's it. On this election that is fast approaching, I know that the only person that Nigerians are jumping up and down is Atiku. Don't forget, Atiku is an old man. Don't forget, Atiku is the same people going out of government, coming back to government. We have young Igbo man that came out, the former deputy governor of Nigerian Central Bank. Most of you doesn't even know his name, and I will not mention his name because you guys are fools. You do sell dog and buy monkey, always. That's why I said, for me, I will like Buhari to win the next election. If I will have every opportunity to campaign and protect Buhari's election, I will do that. Because that thing that you saw that made you to push out Jonathan, I don't think that is already gone. Buhari should be there and finish what you asked him to start. That's my message for you today. God bless you, my people. Remain blessed. And another thing, a lot of people are calling me, asking me if Buhari is dead. If it's true that Buhari is dead, is somebody else that is ruling Nigeria. That one is what they call fake news. Fake news. Stop writing me, stop telling me, stop asking me these questions. It's fake news. Buhari is alive, he's not dead. Buhari is the one ruling Nigeria. Anybody telling you that it's not Buhari that is ruling Nigeria, he is manipulating your memory, is propaganda and lie. Yorubas are supporting this thing now because they want Buhari to get out of that power for Atiku to take over. Buhari is alive and healthy, well, more than healthy now. He's fit to rule Nigeria in the next 4 years. So go back and support your president. Stop jumping helter-skelter. Bye-bye for now. Peace, yo. Thank you for watching Miro African Television. I love you all. Let me not forget, within some time now, like this t-shirt that I'm putting on, Miro African t-shirt will soon come out. So it will be for sale. Those fans, those lovers of Miro Africa, our t-shirt will soon pop up and it will be live online for sale. And I will love all of you. It's another way to throw support, because the money that are being made will be used to raise awareness and contact other African vibrant fighters that will start on this project of Operation African Freedom. Bye bye for now and remain blessed. Peace, you. Love you.